Hey guys, it's Pete here, and it's been a really long time since I made a video. I think it's been like a month, roughly, which is a long time. And I don't, you know what, I have no excuse. I did go home for a week. I went to the East Coast. My cousin was getting married, so I was at the wedding. So that was about a week and a couple days, and I came back, and I have been doing some record buying, but just didn't feel like doing a video. So there's that, and then there was also, you know, that Occupy Wall Street movement really caught fire in the East Bay. There's been protests in Berkeley, in Oakland, San Francisco, and there was a big general strike on, what was it, 2 days ago, I think? And, hold on. So yeah, there was that, and I checked that out. I think I may do a separate video with just some, you know, formulating my thoughts on that. Now, I definitely, you know, support the Occupy Oakland movement, although downtown Oakland basically got shut down and had to not play a show that day, which was kind of frustrating. But yeah, it's just a weird time, you know, being in the East Bay and having stuff, you know, right down the street like that take place. So there's that, and then I'll just show a lot of records because that's what I'm here for, and that's well, there's just so many that I'm gonna have to go really fast. Basically, I'm separating them into jazz and then all the non-jazz, since half the stuff I got was jazz. And again, they're always from different sources. If you keep going, I keep going to the same thrift stores, and usually the like one or two things will show up, which is usually how it works. Sometimes there'll be a huge collection, but very rarely, and usually it won't be something I'm interested in anyway. So I'm going to try to burn through these as quickly as possible. This could also, you know what, this also serves as a good recommendation video. If you're interested in jazz at all, you should pick these all up. Especially if you're interested in more of a sort of a avant-garde direction, because that's what a lot of these are. The first one is Louis Armstrong. This is Satch Plays Fats. It's a really good record. This is like the follow-up to his album Louis Armstrong Plays W.C. Handy. That one is really, really good. This one's really good too, but not quite as good. It's mostly the same band. Velma Middleton is also doing some vocals, some duets with her on there. And then, let's see, Trummy Young on trombone, Barney Bigard on clarinet, Billy Kyle on piano. So really solid group. This is actually a reissue that came out in like 1986. The original record is from like 1955. So clean though. This is like, if someone bought it, they played it like once or twice and that's it. The weird thing is, these are actually alternate versions. You can see on the back. Sorry about that glare, but there's, I guess the original master tapes were lost when they put this out again for the CD era. So they used unissued takes. So this is like the alternate version of the album, which is kind of weird, but good though. You know, there's nothing wrong with these takes, but I can still seek out the original record if I wanted to. So moving right along, another really good record. Ella Fitzgerald sings the Duke Ellington Songbook. Really good double album. One album is big band jazz, and then the other band is her. The other record is her with small group, and folds out like this, and it's got basically every, well, not every single Ellington song you want, but most of the good ones. Cottontail, Satin Doll, Sophisticated Lady, It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing, I Ain't Got Nothing But the Blues, Caravan, you get the idea. This is actually an original copy, but it's a British copy, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. It looks like the RCA label, but it's called His Master's Voice. And this is really, really clean for, you know, 1956 or whatever, or 57. Old stuff, but really, really good. Highly recommended that one. This one is really good. Totally different though. This is We Insist. It's Max Roach's Freedom Now suite. This is sort of, this came out like 1961 or so, and this is like very political jazz. Abby Lincoln's on here, Coleman Hawkins. very much, and tons of percussion too. So if you know, if you're interested in either of those things, just get this. This came out originally on the Candide label, or Candid, I guess is what it was called. And then that label went under like really quickly. So what happened was Max Roach, I guess, had the rights to the music and put it out on this label, Amigo. I don't know anything about this label, but you know, it's a good pressing. The sound is fine. They kind of screwed up the track listing. I think the tracks are out of order, but other than that, it's really good. I'm guessing Amigo is a Swedish label only because the address has Stockholm back here. But yeah, this is fantastic jazz. Who else? Did I leave anyone out? Yeah, oh, Julian Priester on trombone, Booker Little on trumpet, tenor sax, vocals, drums. So no piano or guitar or anything. It's one of those kind of records. Here's Nina Simone in concert. I'm not going to say much about this one. It's really good. Another original pressing. Phillips, also very clean and really cheap too, so I was really happy to find this. And it has Mississippi Goddamn, if you know that song, which you should. If you don't know it, check that out. Moving right along is this became like one of my favorites. I love this record. The Jazz Composers Orchestra, with compositions by Michael Mantler, who I don't really know much about, but I definitely know these soloists here. Don Cherry, Don Cherry and Pharoah Sanders and Cecil Taylor and Larry Coryell, who, you know, he's done so much stuff. He's played with Mingus in the later years and Chico Hamilton and Herbie Mann too. So he, you know, he's a very versatile guitarist. I really like his playing on here. And this particular issue is, I get not an original on the JCOA label. It's a British import, and when England got it, they put it out on Virgin. So that's what this stuff looks like. This came out in like the mid-70s. The JCOA label's cool. There's another record on here called, or the label put out this Carla Bley record called Escalator Over the Hill, and that's really good too. But this is better. I like this even more. Jazz Composers Orchestra. Moving on, here's sort of, this isn't really jazz, it's more classical than jazz, but there's elements of jazz, so I'm going to show it. And that's Moondog. This is a self-titled album from 1969. And this guy was a hobo, and he was a Viking, or at least dressed like one. And basically one of the coolest guys on the planet. Maybe not on the planet, but definitely one of the coolest guys to be a Viking. And his music is not too out there. It's pretty easy to get into, actually. It's a little strange, but it's you know, it's good. There's a tribute to Charlie Parker on here called Bird's Lament, which I really like. So yeah, Moondog's cool. Check him out. And moving right along, Marion Brown. Here's some out there jazz, free jazz, definitely avant-garde jazz. This is him with a trio, a guy named Martin van Regteben Altina on bass, or at least something close to that, and Han Benink on drums. Han Benink is phenomenal on drums, one of the best. This came out on the Arista Freedom label here. Really nice copy, a little bit of wear, but the record is clean. It's stupid saw cut here, which is unfortunate. But you know what makes up for that? I think this is Marion Brown's signature. It says, "Best wishes to Mitchell," and then it looks like it says Marion Brown on here, and then the date underneath. So if that's the case, that's really cool. Don't know if it is or not, but if it, I want to hope it is. Here's Ornette, Skies of America. This is like 1972 or so. This is him with an orchestra, and it's very strange, as you might expect. There is one theme on here that he later reused for Dancing in My Head, which is really cool. And this was only like $5. Here's another original copy, and I'm really happy to pick that up. Here's Jobim, Antonio Carlos Jobim. If you like bossa nova at all, pick up some Jobim. This one is really good. It has Waters of March, definitely one of his best songs. Recorded in a bunch of different versions. The Jobim version is really good. I don't know if it's my favorite. Giorgio Baritola probably does the best version of it. Here's Sam Rivers. Here is a I'm going to take this one out so you guys can see. This is another original on the ABC Impulse label. I'm going to pull this out just so you can see. Super, super clean. So happy to find this. I love Sam Rivers. I love getting, you know, original jazz pressings. And, oh, look at that. Look at that. He's not messing around. This is another trio. It's him doing a bunch of stuff. Cecil McBee on bass. And Norman Connors on drums. And Sam Rivers, this is basically one long improvised thing. He starts on tenor sax, then he goes to flute, then switches to piano, and then he ends on soprano sax. So this guy does it all. Phenomenal stuff. Here's another really cool record. I love Don Cherry. This is a 1975 album. Came out on Horizon A&M. I'm going to take this one out too because this one opens up. And yeah, it's got 4 tracks, and Charlie Hayden's on here, Billy Higgins, Frank Lowe, really cool sax player, although he sounds good here. He's done some other stuff that I couldn't really get into, but really, really good. Good record. Don Cherry's actually like doing some singing on here, which is very strange. Not so much singing as it is like muttering, mumbling, chanting, you might say. What was the thing I wanted to show here? Oh yeah, there's a solo that actually transcribed out, so that's really cool. Here, really quick, I got some ECM label things. This is Eberhard Weber Colors. Colors is actually the name of the group, and then the name of the album is Little Movements. It came out in like 1980, and pretty good. And then this one is Gary Burton with Steve Swallow, Roy Haynes on drums, who I love, and this one's good too. These were like $1 each, and they're both ECM records, so good stuff there. And it looks like I'm gonna make it through. There's only there's 4 records left. Here's some 80s jazz that's actually really, really good. John Carter, Castles of Ghana. This guy, John Carter plays clarinet. He likes to arrange like fairly large ensembles. You get violin, bass clarinet, cornet, trumpet, trombone, bass, drums. Check this out if you're interested in, you know, something that came out in the 80s that doesn't sound like it does at all. Really, really good stuff. This is actually what's playing in the background right now. Don Pullen and George Adams. It's quite the, Danny Richmond is on drums, and Cameron Brown's on bass. So every guy on here is related to Mingus in some way. Either played with him, or, well, yeah, they all played with him. And then, and the music is fantastic. This is also good 80s jazz. It came out like 1986. And the last 2 were both really cheap and really, really cool to find. Tim Byrne, I have, which one is this? This is Fulton Street Mall. The other one is Sanctified Dreams. These came out in like 1987, I think. One of them actually has Bill Frisell on guitar, and I actually don't know these other guys too well. Hank Roberts on cello, Alex Klein on percussion. This one has Joey Barron, and both of these are really good. They're strange, but they're really, really good. And just like George Adams and Don Pullen was really, really good too. Sometimes I kind of, you know, I don't have much to say about this sort of stuff, you know. It's jazz and I really like it. It's about all I can come up with. Don Pullen is definitely a out there piano player, and George Adams can get pretty out there on sax too. The Tim Byrne stuff is just plain weird. But yeah, that's it. Those are all my jazz records that I got in the last month, and there's not a single one that I dislike, so if you're interested in any of them, you should check them out. Thanks for sticking with me through all that, and the part 2 will be all the other stuff I've gotten that's non-jazz, some rock, a couple reggae records that were cool, and just want to thank everyone for watching and commenting and subscribing. If you do all 3, I triple thank you. So, alright, stay tuned.